Alright everybody, welcome back to Elo Hero in Age of Empires 2. This is match number 5. And let's try to not die to a castle rush this time around. And we are on Arabia, fantastic. Gotta love me some Arabia action. So last episode we died to a nasty castle rush. Absolutely deserved to have lost that because I was all over the place with my resources. This time around, hopefully that's not going to be that much of a case, because we are playing on a map that I actually love. I kind of know what kind of resources are all over the place, so let's see. So we're playing as the Byzantines against the... Ooh, I kind of missed that, but that's okay. So we're playing as the Byzantines, which is a defensive civilization. Man, this is the second defensive civilization we get. Previously we played the Koreans, which was a defensive civilization, and now this is a defensive civilization as well. Okay, let's see. Let us see what we can do here. We have some berry bushes. Love the sight of that, because that kind of threw me off in the last episode's Mega Random, where we only had 2 batches of zebra, and that was all the resources or all the food that we were able to get. And what are these chicken? Oh, I'm not sure if these were around back in the day. That's very interesting. But I guess that's just like a herd. You can go ahead and drop a meal next to them, and you're gonna be fine. Okay, so let's find ourselves a nice little wood line. This is a little bit too front of a wood line. Oops. Let me just mute myself. Okay, nice. Okay, this might be a good wood line. Only problem is it doesn't have that much wood. Let's see. This back here is, at least it's a backwood, and kind of good, I guess. No, that's just 2 villagers are gonna be perfectly fine. Okay, and then we'll drop a house next to it. Okay. Oh, is that closed up behind? That's nice. Yep, looks like it is. Nice. Okay, let's grab some cows. I'm pretty sure I should have more cows. Or at least we have some boars. I can actually go for the first boar. Let's lure it. Also, let's search for some more cows, because I'm pretty sure we should have at least 2 more. Yep, that's probably the ping. Yep, there we go. Nice. Okay, now this is going to be crucial. Okay. I thought my villager was going to die, but you didn't. Absolute champion. Okay, nice. I think we're going to need a house, second house. Well, we could potentially go up before 20 pop, I think, but I'm not skilled enough to do that. So I'm not going to do that just yet. We're just going to slowly build this out and see what happens. Plus we're also going to need a mill. Maybe 1 more on wood. I'm just curious how much of a standard game this is going to be compared to the previous one, but I'm going to get started scouting. Actually, we don't have that many more cows, right? So we can just start scouting our opponent in case there's some weird stuff going on. Let's drop a mill soon, once we have the resources to do so. And then we're going to need a house. Okay, and we actually still have a second boar, which we can bring in. And we also have the chicken. I'm still guessing that the best bet for this chicken is just to put a mill next to them. I don't think you can like lure them. Not that I ever tried luring deer, so I guess it makes sense that I'm not going to try to lure chicken. I would love to take out a scout. Actually, let's actually do just that if we can. Nope. Okay. Unlucky. Let's pull these guys off of there because we're getting a bit cluttered. And we got supply blocked. Okay. Let's see. I'm gonna grab loom just in case something weird happens. Let's just call it that. Okay, that's gonna be nice. It's gonna go up. And actually, Okay, let's squeeze in one more villager. Actually made a big mistake, which is I didn't scout this area. I would consider that a big mistake because we don't know what's surrounding our base. That's never a good thing in my opinion. Okay, now we are going to need more wood. Not as much as I had last time. Just a little bit more than what we have right now. And then we'll see how we can distribute these guys amongst the food. Okay, now ideally I think a quick timing for an attack would be the best if we already have like a barracks going down right now. Wait, that's the barracks, yep. So if we already have a barracks going down, and as soon as we hit feudal age, we have enough wood for actually a production building. Like a military production building. I don't know if I want to risk the scout push again, because that didn't really work out. And by the way, buildings have more HP. Camel riders, skirmishers, and spearmen line cost less. Watchtowers and town patrol are free. Advancing to the imperial age costs... That's a lot less, holy. Okay. Love that. Okay. Let's just start with a little bit of wall off. And let's see, I mean we can wall that off. It might be a little bit too far. Okay. And now let's definitely check out our opponent. Because this is way too late. Let's grab a spearman, just for good measure. Okay, we aged up at the same time. Let's grab this lumber camp upgrade. Okay, I kind of messed this up because I don't want to block out our gold. I don't know if I want to go for the gold just yet. Yeah, I'm kind of undecisive. I think we're just gonna go with an archery range for the time being. Oh my god. Another one of these drop stuff next to your base. Well, that's great. That honestly didn't do much, luckily, but at this point I'm pretty sure he's somewhere nearby. Okay. Yeah, I definitely need to learn how to react to all this random... Oh, another tower coming in. Nice. Oh, we can start putting down, I guess, some farms over here. Okay. Let's see what else. Another tower. Yep, it's gonna be another tower. Just needs to wait for that extra stone to come in. I'm not sure if we can make some militia. Or men-at-arms, I guess. TC won't reach those guys, right? Yep, nope. I'm not sure if that's actually... if there's a way to tell that. Okay, another tower. Yeah. I don't think we can deny that tower. Nor if this is a good idea. Okay, well, maybe we can deny his tower. At least that one tower. Okay, let's grab some of these. I'm always curious about what the follow-up for something like this would be. From his end. Okay, that was super bad. Because if he can get up to like Castle Age or something behind all this, then he deserves it, absolutely. Okay, ultimately that's going to not deny that wood line, so I'm just going to bring some guys over here. Okay, now we're starting to run out of food, unfortunately, because everything is getting denied. Now here's the thing, he doesn't have the upgrade for, although he doesn't really need it, which, ooh, I'm not sure what it's called, like hot oil or something. Okay, I can pull these guys over here. Actually, should we even care about that, or just run into his base and try to do some damage with these men-at-arms? Because I think most of his stuff is over here. Yeah, I just honestly just want to see what he has. Okay, another tower is gonna go over there. Now he has so many villagers over there that I cannot possibly deny a tower getting put down. But I mean, this is kind of annoying, to be honest. Does he have anything at home? I mean, if you can deny, actually, if you can deny the stone, then this is all he's going to ever have. Okay, yeah, he's going to garrison. That's going to deny my attack. But the question is, what is going to be the follow-up for this? If I run into his TC, that's not going to be good. That was a huge mistake. Okay, let's see if we can find some stragglers. Let's go some vills. Oh! Well, definitely an interesting one. No, they're still there. Let's actually not spook him. Just okay, there's gonna be another reveal. Honestly, the fact that I lost so much shit just to running into his TC, that is already horrible. Okay, nice mining camp. I'm going to run in this again. Okay, now he's going to just go ahead and start gathering some more stone over here. He's going to repair that, that's beautiful. Okay, let's see if we can attack that. Nope. That was a big mistake. On my end. Yep. I'm going to change the stance of all my units to not be aggro. Oh, is he paying attention? Yeah, he's kind of. Guy over here. Going into the TC again. Basically, we need to turn as much wood into food to even have a chance to do something, I guess. Can we snipe a few villagers? Okay, that's good enough. Let's see if there's something over here. Definitely not. Okay, now he wants to deny this. Immediately running back into the tower. Can we do a little bit of walling action here and make this happen? Is that all the vills gone? Is it actually? No, fuck those towers, we don't need those towers. Okay. Well, it's not okay just yet. I think I lost all my stuff over there, yep. Okay. No, he has one more villager. Okay, that villager is going to build that tower. Okay, let's see if we can deny that one villager. Nope, it's gonna run back. Okay, bunch of gold, unfortunately. Actually, don't need that much gold. I could use a market. Okay, build that up. Let's actually waste his resources because there are buildings that we can attack. Basically, that he needs to rebuild, I guess. Okay, now I really just want to mark it, to be honest. There's a villager. Okay, maybe he's gathering from here. Okay, he's going for farms. The only question is, where's he getting the wood from? Probably start hitting those houses. Or if it's out of range of the TC, then we can absolutely. Okay, random wolf. Okay. Market. I'm gonna leave a few men-at-arms at home. Just in case. I just want to find his villagers. Nice. He also has an outpost, just for good measure. Can we scare him into getting into the TC, because that's really something that usually works. Okay, that's out of range of the TC, that's also out of range of the TC. Now we can buy some of these. Nice, gathering some stone from over there. No, let's not run into the TC, it's a horrible idea. Oh, something is happening over here. Ladies and gentlemen, we found a prime suspect of things happening. I guess it's walled off from both sides. Oh, and a tower going down, of course. The legendary tower. Actually, don't really need that. Okay, can we get in here? Now, honestly, that one tower isn't really going to annoy me that much. By far the most ridiculous game so far in this entire series. Okay, now that tower doesn't have the shoot under the thing. So we can take it out, basically for free. Let's grab this as well. Okay, I think we can overpower that one wager. And then we can actually take out that tower for free as well. Yeah, because you can only attack the ones that, yep, are not exactly adjacent to it. I'm not sure what I said. Okay, now he's running back into the TC. You know it. Let's see if we can snipe a few villagers. Okay, let's actually go back over there. We have Tower Man against us. Okay, let's make some more villagers. Let's do this as well. Okay, let's not run into the TC again. Split up the forces a little bit. See if I can snipe a villager. No, because he is fully garrisoned inside the TC. Man, the range of that shit is... that is impressive. Pierce armor? I'm not sure if towers do pierce damage. Okay, even more. I mean, if he is putting down stuff next to his base, then I'm actually kind of happy about that. That's his entire strategy. I'm more than happy for that to happen. Okay. Okay, you know what? We can actually get that, sure. I'm just going to camp all the deposits. Okay, we're just going to chill over here, chill over here. You can snipe a few villagers. I'm more than happy. Okay. He needs more stone. You can definitely see. You can actually repair the TC. Okay, yeah, he needs more stone. I'm not sure if this is a stone-only challenge. Eventually he will have to start... Oh. Or maybe he needs wood. Or food, sorry. Oh shit. We found that out. Okay, now I think we might need a little bit of men-at-arms action at home. Just station a few of these guys over here. Okay, healed up the TC, which is extremely important. Imagine if he was there exactly. We could actually dive this tower, I think. Okay, well that's not the only gold mine on the map, so I guess we're fine. And now we can go up to Castle Age. Now that is a cack moment right there. Okay, well we already have a... Oh, actually we had. We have another one. We had another gold mine. Okay. No, but he has perfectly put his villagers on the other tower. Oh, another tower coming in. Because that's the only wood line in the game? Well, no, it's not. No, it is not. Okay, now since we are going to go up... Okay, that's pretty good. I'm just going to build a shit ton of rams. Oh, we have more... Oh, I forgot about that. Yeah, you can get that upgrade. That will give you more attack against buildings for these units. Okay, so I'm just gonna station a few of these. This is ridiculous. This entire game is ridiculous. I mean, why not get some gold? He so graciously doesn't care. Let's grab this upgrade even. Okay, the scout is going crazy. Another tower. But now another castle age. Yup. That is right. And now we're gonna go into some ram action. And even more upgrades. Actually, where's my blacksmith? Here it is. Let's get some pierce armor. Hopefully that works against the towers as well. Let's get some eco upgrades, and then once we have enough wood. Oops, that's not what I wanted. That's a lot of wood requirement, okay. Okay, he's killing my villagers. Don't really like that. Oh, I didn't press that shit. I didn't have the resources, okay. Never mind. That is perfectly fine. Okay. At this point we're gonna mine the entire map. Okay, but I did grab the other upgrade, yep. Okay, and if we can put down a second TC... Now, of course he's going to pull all the villagers. Actually, if he wants to... Oh. Well, you know what would be even better? Let's actually focus on the TC where he garrisons. Yeah, and that's perfectly fine. Going to the next tower. Okay, and now we're going to drop a castle. I hope that's not all your villagers, brother. That would be super awkward, wouldn't it? Okay, let's not get supply blocked. That could kill a game. Now he's going to circle around this, his remaining 4 villagers. Okay, so the thing is, you can also drop shit too. Oh, he needs more stone, poor guy. Okay, and we need a temple or a monastery. To get this up as fast as possible. We may just take control of our base again. Yes. Holy shit, these games. I actually don't know. I'm not going to GG that. That was tower rushing. Okay, let's check out the replay. Or do we even need to check out the replay for this? I honestly don't know what we will get out of that. But yeah, basically not panicking in the beginning. Actually, let's check out the replay. Why not? All right. Fog of War disabled. And honestly, until the first tower drops, there's not much to see. I think. I'm just gonna bring this down. Bring the sound down just so, or maybe it's fine. Okay. So it looks like from his side it was a pretty standard Dark Age from what I can tell. I mean, he lured the same things. Started chopping trees in the straggler trees, okay. That board was a little bit off, but who am I to judge that? I'm probably gonna mess that up a lot of times. Okay, so he's going for that, and then not much else, and he is immediately moving in. So basically 9 minutes he's moving in with actually it's a lot less. He's moving in with a bunch of villagers already because he has the stone to do so. Now this, I guess this first tower that I accidentally spot, hold on, let's just enable the Fog of War. I still don't see him, which is ridiculous. He's probably, yeah, he's like 5 pixels off. Okay. I don't think I still see it. And then I think I get shot. I think one of the villagers gets shot. Yep. And this is when I see the first tower. Now at this point, so this tower, the only thing this denies is this one particular straggler tree. So I don't care. I'm just going to run around to my actual wood line, because that is my wood line. And now I see that he starts moving in, with more villagers, of course. Now this kind of denies this first farm, I guess, and my berry bushes. This is what hurt me even more, is actually the denial of the berry bushes. I'm just going to leave the Fog of War on. Actually, just for the sake of seeing what's up. Yeah, so this is kind of what I expected. At least, so because I didn't see any units, this is kind of what I was expected. A bunch of villagers on stone, just to spam out towers. A couple on wood for, I guess, I don't know, the towers don't need wood, right? So I don't know what for, maybe for farms, I don't know. But this is kind of what I was expecting, basically nothing else. And I think that was kind of the previous game as well, with the castle rush, that our opponent was only doing as the bare minimum that he needed for the castle rush to succeed. The only difference is that opponent actually put it in a good position and then followed it up with units. I think what this guy messed up entirely is that he was just building towers this far off from my base. Now, it is a good surround, sure. Here is when I start attacking it. But ultimately, this will not deny anything, because in order for him to actually deny my future resources, he needs to build more towers. And then I just move away from those towers, potentially 4 or 5 towers, and he needs to build even more towers. So it's not as good as doing a rush like this, I think, and then following it up with units, because the units can actually follow the villagers. And if you look at the whole thing, I know we just played this, but if you look at the whole thing, this is exactly what's going to happen. He just puts down a bunch of towers. This is like 300 stone, I guess, worth of towers. I don't know the price of towers off the top of my head, but maybe we can just... he played... Actually, what was that? Was that the Romans? Was that the logo? Maybe Teutons. Anyways, unless we have a discount on towers, which I don't think we have, then we can just... Actually, we can even... We can probably check here, guard tower. No, that's the upgrade to the guard tower. Okay, so yeah, because these are the upgrades. No, here we have the watchtower. Okay, so it does cost wood. Actually, it's 125 stone. So it's 125 stone and 35 wood to build a tower. That is what he's burning, essentially, and I just move away. So basically what this denies is a couple of farms and a wood line. I just go away, 100 wood, put down another wood line. He does the same thing, start pushing back just a little bit. Now this push, this is actually pathetic what I did, because I went in with a sizable army and lost most of it to the TC. I think it even happened before this. I think at this point I have already lost those. Now he's just chilling there with villagers. I guess he's focusing on building more cute towers over there. Building some more towers, then garrisoning in. That's gonna lose me these 3 men-at-arms probably. Yep, definitely. Took out a few villagers over here, but then I'm going to lose this army as well, except for 2. Okay, and at this point I'm already relocating to a different location, which is over here, gold and wood. Now how would he be able to deny this? With a bunch of towers, and then I would just continue moving. Now he lost a few villagers over there. Overall, we don't have statistics over here. Statistics tables, but I'm not seeing the statistics. Oh, it's on Gaia. Okay. So population, he actually has still has more villagers than I do. He only has 1 military unit, which is, I guess, the scout. So I did do a horrible job at running into his TC in his base, and also the towers in his base as well. So once again, I'm running into the TC, at least no one died there. But I'm just basically relocating away all the time. And he's still not following this up with units. If he had a few units, few archers just to follow this up, maybe in this location, I would have GG'd out at like 15 minutes or something. But because he's not doing that, and that's what I realized, that he's just going for towers, I just tried to deny as much as possible, lost 3 men-at-arms there. There's no excuse for that, that was horrible. And I just kept relocating. And now here, I realize he's not coming for me. I don't know what he actually sees. I think this is a bug in the recording, right? I don't think he has seen all the farms without the mill, because I usually put them down at the same time. I think this is just a recording bug. So basically he doesn't see this. He sees all this and he's like, okay, I'm gonna destroy him by putting down a bunch of towers, but you can just always move away if your opponent doesn't have any, you know, like actual units. And now a big pick-off is gonna be here, because in my main base I'm just, you know, building stuff up. Basically I'm playing Feudal Age. I'm just playing Feudal Age except without my main base. That's it. But then I scout this at some point, because he has to be having resources coming in from somewhere and I don't see it anywhere, so I just continue scouting and here he is. Now at this point, this tower, while it is going to do a lot of damage, ultimately once you can get under the tower, I'm actually going to just find that upgrade because it's annoying me that I don't know what it's called. Murder hole, sorry. I think it's oil, burning oil, something in Age of Empires 4. It's burning oil. Or murder holes here. Removes the minimum range of fortifications. Now because he doesn't have this, this tower at this point isn't shooting. So he's going to start moving away his villagers. I'm kind of late in realizing that this is happening. So that's why I couldn't take out so many villagers, and he's just running back to the TC, which is constantly garrisoned by some amount of villagers. 1 villager, okay. 1 villager, he's just running back. He's losing a bunch of vills, and at this point, as you can see, I am actually ahead in villager count, which is like a big difference compared to the 8 difference we had previously for his advantage. Now I'm starting to have even more villagers because he can't really produce, and he's building even more towers, but that's not dynamic enough, or how should I say. And even though my TC is getting hit for 1 HP per arrow, I just run in with a villager at some point and just heal it up back into full health. So that also didn't deny me. If I wasn't able to build more villagers, he probably would have had the win again. So if he had built units like the castle drop guy, or if he went in with a few, well, I guess you also need units for that, but he went in with a few units to destroy my TC, or he just built a shit ton of towers next to the TC to, well, slowly but surely take out the TC and then focus fire on my villagers to prevent that one single villager from repairing. Even more coming in this when I'm kind of focusing on that. I'm just destroying these The reason I went with these buildings, let me know if this was a good idea, is because I knew he wasn't gathering resources. So basically, with every house destroyed, even that's going to cause him a little bit of a problem. Because it's not gathering from anywhere, and looking at my scouting, I was correct in assuming that he isn't gathering from anywhere. So technically, with every single building destroyed, he is getting screwed. Now we're just going. Okay, now look at that Vil lead. 11 villagers ahead at this point. And now I'm actually, I think at this point I'm kind of preparing for an age up, because that's kind of where I put down the archer range. Hold on. I don't think yeah, I think we'll be able to see it. So I just went in, repaired the TC, back into full health. That's basically 39 minutes of lost damage on that TC. Or maybe 30 minutes actually. Because it was at minute 9 he put down the first tower. Okay, lost a few more men-at-arms. That's horrible. That's why I started putting them into defensive stance, so that they don't run into a villager. I just wanted to deny them getting out, basically, not necessarily running in here to get all this. It probably doesn't have enough wood for more farms. So at this point I felt like I was ahead, because of the fact that I managed to establish an economy. I scouted what he had, and most importantly what he didn't, and then I was getting ready to age up. I think I am going to age up very soon into castle. I'll just speed this up a little bit. I wonder if there's some hotkeys for this. Yep, now I'm aging up. And then I'm just simply getting the upgrades for the men-at-arms. And of course, Castle Age has a bunch of other advantages. For example, putting down a castle, which is why I'm gathering stone. And also I can put down a siege workshop for some rams. And at that point, rams are followed by these men-at-arms, so even if he wants to take out the rams with the villagers, then he's basically going to lose all the villagers. And at this point, I think the game was over. He realizes that he doesn't have enough wood, or maybe, I don't know, maybe the fact that I aged up is what triggered him to go for the wood. I don't know. And at this point, he's basically just pushing with rams and pushing with all the long swordsmen, which is even more pierce armor. He's moving his villagers away like commando style, but ultimately at this point we're just wrecking these. And I think he concedes when he sees the castle going up. Because it still doesn't concede. At this point I'm just, clearing my base. Although it does have a gold mine, but ultimately the main crux of my economy is coming from here, so it doesn't really matter. I just wanted to clear this. And actually he GG'd out, well, he didn't GG, but he left before the castle going up. So yeah, without units that are dynamic enough to follow my villagers, I'm not gonna say this was fun, because honestly this is like 2 out of 2 of dropping shit. I hope eventually we'll get a normal game, but like I said, it's also a learning experience. So very nice. Thank you guys very much for watching. Let me know what you think, and let me know what you think about these analysis in the end. If this is something you would watch in the future, you enjoy it or no, do let me know in the comments. Thanks.